I'm a Jew. The head of Hezbollah has said that he hopes that we will gather in Israel so he doesn't have to hunt us down globally. For it or against it?
For it.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and showing everybody what's here. And you're wearing a terrorist neckerchief.
In Genesis 3:15, God declares to Satan that there will be hatred and war between two seeds, the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. This verse takes place after Adam and Eve fell. There is no mistaking who God is talking to here, as we see in the previous verse, Genesis 3:14, that he is clearly addressing Satan. Let's take a closer look at this verse. The word enmity in Hebrew means hatred or hostility. God is telling Satan that there will be hatred and hostility between him and the woman and between their seeds. The he in this verse is referencing Christ and the virgin birth, and it is prophesying the crucifixion. It is telling us that Jesus will strike a devastating blow to Satan's head, while Satan will inflict a less significant injury to his heel. At the cross, Jesus defeated death, sin, and ultimately Satan. The prophet Isaiah echoes Genesis 3:15 in his prophecy of the coming Messiah. Satan is told in Genesis 3:15 that his defeat will be at the hands of a male through the line of Eve. Satan immediately begins to thwart God's promise of a Redeemer by attacking the Messianic line. This is why Luke gives us a genealogy of Jesus in his Gospel. I believe that Satan's first attempt at disrupting the Messianic line appears in the confrontation between Cain and Abel. Cain, Adam and Eve's firstborn, kills Abel after his offering is rejected by God. The author of Hebrews makes it clear why the offering of Abel was accepted and Cain's offering was rejected. I believe there is a distinction being made here between faith and religion. Abel's offering was made in faith as opposed to Cain's offering, which was a futile religious effort. An interesting parallel to this scenario is seen in the Garden of Eden after Adam and Eve fell. Adam and Eve, in an attempt to cover up their nakedness, sew fig leaves to cover themselves. God ignores their coverage and sheds innocent blood to make animal skins for them. This is yet another allusion to the shedding of Christ's blood for the covering of the sin of mankind. Paul tells us that it is through faith one is made right with God, and not by our own efforts. Cain's defiance and anger towards God are explained in John's first epistle. we can see that Satan, either directly or indirectly, had some involvement with the death of Abel. The extent is left up to conjecture. This attack on the Messianic line is, of course, not successful for Satan, since Eve conceived Seth to continue the lineage. In this series, we will continue to trace Satan's attack against the Jewish people in an effort to prevent the Messiah. And although Satan's initial defeat has happened, we are told in Revelation that this war between seeds continues until the end times. I believe that this war against the seed continues in many parts of the world. We will trace Satan's continued war throughout antiquity in future installments. In the next video, we will jump into Genesis 6 and take a look at a very weird event that highlights another one of Satan's attacks against the Messianic line.